Alya sometimes hides her feelings in Russian. Episode 2. The second episode places our three main characters, Suo, Kuzi, and Alya, in the same room together, and Alya keeps calling to Kuzi to come to her, and she repeats this over and over again in Russian. And what I find interesting is that Suo overhears Alya and stares at her with her mouth open. We know Kuzi understands Russian, and this is the episode where we find out that Suo is Kuzi's sister. So that begs the question, does Suo understand Russian? That is my first question. Because the way she reacts makes me think she understands exactly what Alya is saying to her brother. In the next scene, we have our trio sitting at a diner, and it is here that the story establishes Suo and Alya as antagonists to each other, as both are vying for not just student council presidency, but for our male protagonist, as messed up as that may be, at least in Suo's case. You can tell by the confident look on Suo's face, she is more than excited to take on Alya in the upcoming election. And finally, we come to the scene where it is revealed that Suo is, in fact, Kuzu's little sister. Not a shocking reveal by any stretch of the imagination, at least not compared to the follow up scene of Sewell sitting on top of her brother and asking him if he wants her to help him get off. Oh, and if that wasn't enough, she blushes and asks her brother if he popped a boner on her. So, gives you an idea as to what kind of weird uh, brother sister relationship they have going on there. And you know what, I don't really want to comment on all that, but I will say that when I was watching this scene, I had to put my phone down because I was like, I don't know what direction we're going here. Like, what is happening? What just happened? Which I wasn't expecting this. See, this whole interaction between them in this scene would have been fine if the author had kept them as childhood friends, but instead they decided it's better to have them as siblings. And I feel like maybe they revealed it a little too soon. The author should have kept it a secret from us and then revealed it much later so that we would be shocked to learn that all those flirtatious interactions they've had between them in past episodes were essentially between siblings. And, like, yeah, that's kind of messed up. So, I don't know. Maybe they had to reveal that right now at this point in episode 2 because it's going to be important to the plot moving forward as they introduce more and more characters, I assume. So, but that's, it would have been nice if they held off on that and played around with it. But hey, look, that's just me. I'm definitely going to steal that idea. That's for sure. They can have different. Okay, another thing I noticed, they have different last names. So I would bet something is going on there. I can't quite put my finger on it. I would assume a divorce happened in the past. That is the only thing I can think of that would lead to siblings having different last names. Maybe, I don't know, I'm just speculating here. Next, we have the siblings go shopping and they catch Elia stalking them. She is stalking them, by the way. Stalking. Through this course of action, in my opinion, Alia just revealed to the audience that she is absolutely head over heels for Kuzi. I mean, crazy for our male protagonist. Reminds me of Kazuma from Rent a Girlfriend and that time he stalked Chizuru Mizuhara in that one episode, but he's kind of a dumbass, so let's not talk about him anymore. This, to me, though, cements that she loves him, but only we, the audience, know just how much so. For our protagonist isn't aware of just how crazy Alia is for him, but Sue, being as keen as she is and a girl herself, she knows this as well. And that's where the mind games begin between Alia and Sue, as Sue invites Alia to go eat at House Cauldron, a restaurant known for serving the spiciest of dishes. And of course, Alia takes it as a challenge from Sue and accepts despite not being able to tolerate spicy foods. They take a seat, and Alia immediately inquires Kuze about the two of them hanging out together. Sue and Kuze, why are you two hanging out alone? That kind of, what's going on? And Sue isn't stupid. She knows Alia likes Kuze and it purposely tells Alia that she was in bed with Kuze to get a reaction out of her, which she got. In fact, she's been playing her like a fiddle this whole time because she knows the type of person that Alia is. Now, here's the issue I have with this scene. This is a key point in the story where Kuze could have easily turned to Alia and told her, "Hey, that's my sister. It's my sister, and there's nothing going on between us." And that's but that's not how the scene unfolded. which begs the question, why isn't he telling Alia that Sue is his sister? Why hide it? Why did the author choose to have that information kept secret? I can only assume that there's something bigger at play here because this scene would have been a natural opportunity for Kuzi to clarify, hey, we're just siblings, nothing's going on. But that's not what happened. And look, I'm here to analyze, and my analysis, my analysis machine just crashed because I'm trying to get into the author's head here, and I can't figure out what reason he or she would have to not have the male protagonist reveal to Alia that they are siblings. The only reason I can think of is maybe Kuzi doesn't want to tell Alia of all people that her sister, that's that a it's her sister, it's his sister, so is a sister, and there's obviously clearly something incestual going on if the sister loves her brother so much, and that alone would probably end the story because that would diffuse the tension between Alia and Sue right then and there. And so, and yeah, and Alia could just use that to blackmail Sue at that point. Like, hey, look at these incest weirdos, and that yeah, and Sewell's chances of winning presidency would just go down the drain at that point as well. So the story would literally die then and there. So I'm assuming that's why the author kind of had to not have the characters reveal like, hey, that's just my sister. Like that would it's just such a natural point in the story, or even in real life, where you would go, oh no, no, we have nothing going on. That's my sister or whatever, childhood friend, whatever the case may be. So there's just a lot of questions I have there, and we'll see what happens as the story goes on, though. Anyways, the scene continues, and Alia digs into her spicy bowl and in Russian exclaims that it hurts to eat spicy food. And I want you to take note that Sewell reacts to Alia's words. We know Kuze understands Russian. We know Alia understands her own language. We don't know whether Sewell understands Russian or not. I believe Sewell understands Russian. I might be wrong, but this is the second scene where Sewell has reacted to Alia speaking in Russian almost as if she knows what's being said. And assuming she does understand Russian, this also begs the question, does Kuzo know if his sister understands Russian? Is Sewell pretending not to know Russian this whole time? Is there a game of 5D chess being played right now? And maybe I'm over analyzing all this, but uh, I wonder if she knows Russian or not, since they are siblings. So we'll see. We'll find out, I guess, in the future. Let's continue here. Sewell, seeing Alia in pain, asks Alia if she enjoys the bowls, and Alia, of course, lies and says oh yeah, it's so great. And then Sewell offers Alia the opportunity to make her dish even spicier, and she does that on purpose. And Alia, of course, as stubborn as she is, she being the person who she is, takes it as a challenge and takes the devil's tears and spices up her bowl, and it doesn't end well for her, of course. And to follow that, Alia invites Kuzi to go shopping with her. He does so and establishes, hey, we're just friends, no big deal. And of course, in typical anime fashion, the episode ends with another panty shot, and that ends the second episode of Alia sometimes hides her feelings in Russian. There was a lot to go over here, a lot to take away, but ultimately, I think we're still building up to something, so I'm not going to go too deep. But there were some interesting questions that had to be asked, and I'm assuming we're going to get answers as the story goes along. I don't know. I don't know the author well enough to be able to come to a conclusion yet as to whether the author is someone who likes to keep things simple or likes to complicate things and have uh, you know a big overarching plot that has yet to be revealed. So I'm not sure yet, but so far I get the feeling that the author is someone who maybe just likes to provide clues, little hints here and there, and then reveals something the next episode. Is what it's seeming like, right? Because this episode we found out that Suo is Kuze's sister, and that's something that wasn't revealed in the first episode. She was only referred to as the childhood friend. So uh, we'll see. It's going to be interesting to see how the author reveals things moving forward. But anyways, that's it for the video. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I will see you guys in the next one.